Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a brand new series on competitive multiplayer with Daggerwin. So this is the first time I've done a competitive for quite a few months now, so it's a nice change from the cooperative, and it'll be interesting to see who wins this time, of course. So Daggerwin did a vote on the map. He did a good choice, a good selection of about, I think it was 7 or 8 different maps, and the winning map was a French map, which is the one we're obviously on now, and it's called Pichonnière Valley, I think. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but Pichonnière Valley. And yeah, it's set in France, in this region of France. I think it's a real region, I'm not 100% sure, I haven't actually checked that. But this is the map. I think it's quite a big map, and we both start with exactly the same land and exactly the same machinery. So I start with fields 38, 37 and 57. And then Daggerwin also has 3 fields. His are a little bit more spaced out, actually 93, 112 and 6. And then we also start with exactly the same machinery. As you can see here, we start with 1 cultivator, 1 grain trailer, 1 tractor, front loader tractor, which is a very small alpine tractor, 1 seed drill each, and 1 combine each, which is of course the Sampo Rosenloo, which is was a very popular combine back in, I think it was FS15, when it was the starting combine in that series. So it's been quite a while since I've used this combine. I can't remember if I've used it since then, but certainly in FS15 it was quite a popular combine. So yeah, that's nice to try that one again for a bit, although we will be changing it at some point, because obviously the whole point is to progress and make as much money as possible. We've got a Roland trailer, which is a French brand. They're actually made in France, so that's nice. It's nice and regional for the map. I'm not sure what make the cultivator is. It's that. Not one I've heard of. I don't know whether they're French or not. It looks a bit French, but who knows. And the same with this, I'm not quite sure what this looks, a bit Polish maybe, or something, some sort of Eastern European brand. And yeah, these Sampo Rosenloo combines are actually, I think they're made in Finland. So it's all European brands, as far as I know. And oh yeah, Massey Ferguson is the tractor make, which are also made in France, in Beauvais. I assume this particular model is made in France. I know a lot of them are. So yes, that's nice to see that as well. So quite regional machinery for the map. So I think we should get started. I'll just take the flying mode off, and we'll get into the combine straight away, I think, and we'll head to the field and make a start on the first harvest. We've got 2 fields which are ready to harvest, and the other one is a grass field. We don't start with a yard this time, which is going to make it quite challenging. We have nowhere to store our crops. Yeah, and we start with £1,000, and that's it. So this machinery and £1,000. So this is going to be a big challenge. Probably a bigger challenge than in previous competitive series, I would imagine. We've also got a few rules. I have put them down in the description. I can't remember them all off the top of my head at the moment, but it is roughly the same as before. I do kind of know, but just to list them off the top of my head at the moment, I'm just trying to think, but they will be in the description. I'll try and remember to put them in the description below so that you can see exactly what the rules are. So we are allowed to do contracts, but we have to use our own equipment. I know that's one of them. I also don't know where we're going. Let's see, how do we get to our fields? I think we go this way, right out of here. And yeah, this is literally the first time I've been on the map, so I have no idea where I'm going. We go up here, it's quite a long way. I think this is quite a big map by the looks of it, and also it doesn't help that we're only doing 15 miles an hour, so hopefully we won't have to come back to the shop too often with the combine. Looks like Daggerwin is following right behind me, so we're both going to go off and make a start straight away on the harvest. We need to drive on the right hand side of the road on this map, because this is a French map where they drive on the right. Obviously in previous, or some recent maps I've been doing on multiplayer and single player, we've been in the UK. In fact, all my current series are in the UK, so we're driving on the left there, but this is the first, in fact I think this is the first French map we've done for a very long time, if not ever. I can't remember doing a French map for a long time, so that's interesting. I think I did one once before I did one. Can't remember when that was, it was a while ago. Yeah, the traffic's gone past there, that's good. Still got one stuck behind Daggerwin. Oh yeah, Daggerwin's got his flashing lights on, let's put them on as well, the beacons. And we'll head over to the field and make a start with that harvest. But of course, yes, as I said, we've got no yard, so we've got nowhere to keep our equipment at the moment, and nowhere to store our crops. So one of the first priorities I think is going to have to be to create a yard, possibly out of my grass field. That's what I'm thinking. I think if I turn the grass field into a yard, that might be a good idea, because then I'll have a store area for equipment and for crops. Although, with £1,000 in the bank, I'm not going to be able to afford to build a silo, so I might have to just sell these crops straight off the field. I think, just to get some money in the bank. Also, there's quite a few new crops on this map, I think, as well. We've got a few different crops to grow, so that's interesting. I think some of the fields that I've got actually are different crops. These two are different types of crops. Spelt is one of them by the looks of it. Oop, I'm going to crash. There we go. That's not a good idea to look at the map while I'm driving. Now Dagwin's going to get in front. Oh dear. Yes, that was a silly thing to do, to look at the map. I was trying to show you the different crops. Anyway, let's get on, and do we turn up there? I could do, actually. Possibly. I don't know whether that would be quicker or not. My yard is... Oh, my grass field is down there on the right. So that's where we'll be probably heading to build a yard at some point. But I'm going to go this way so I'm not in Dagwin's way. And hopefully get to my fields that way and go and make a start on my first harvest. The fields are not very big, the ones that I own, so the harvest shouldn't take too long. Even though it's a small combine, it should still not take too long, because they are pretty small fields compared with some of them on the map. The biggest fields on the map are around about 30 acres, I think, maybe a bit more, so they're pretty big areas. But we don't have any of them that size at the moment. I think my biggest field is about 2 acres at the moment, so not massive. Anyway, yep, let's head on over to the field and we will make a start on the harvest. Okay, so first field is harvested. It took longer to get here than it did to actually harvest the field, I think, and also it fitted all in the combine. 4,000 litres exactly, look at that, what were the chances of that? Exactly 4,000 litres, so we need to go and get the trailer now. If I'd thought about it, I probably could have harvested the other field first, because that wouldn't all fit in the combine, and then done this one second, and then stored the crop in the combine over the winter, and sold it at a good price, but yeah, didn't remember to do that, so we're stuck with it now. Anyway, let's get the tractor now. I'll drop the drill off. We're not going to take the drill over there yet. We don't need it. I'll just store it here for the time being. Hopefully the tractor's a little bit quicker than the combine, because, yeah, that was a bit slow. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Let's drop it there. Right. Now we'll put the trailer on. I might as well leave the front loader connected, because it won't do any harm. I'll just fold it up a bit and put the trailer on, and we'll head over to the combine, get that unloaded, and then I'm not sure what we're going to do with the crop in the trailer. We're going to tip it somewhere on the ground or sell it, I suppose. Yeah, bit of a tricky situation with that, a grain store or a silo to put it in. But anyway, yep. Hopefully this tractor can pull this trailer. I'm just a bit concerned. This is only a very small tractor. I think it's 95 horsepower. Yeah. when this trailer's fully loaded, I think it'll be quite heavy for this tractor, but hopefully we can pull it. It should be alright as long as we're not going any really steep hills. That could cause an issue, but as long as we're on the flat ground we should be okay. And this time I'm not going to go the same way as last time. I obviously made a mistake there. I went a bit of a scenic route, and at least we got to see quite a bit of the map, but it certainly took a lot longer than I was anticipating. So let's try this time to stay on the same road. I think it's because I crashed and then Dagwin got right next to me and it kind of distracted me a bit and I wasn't really paying attention, so I went the wrong way. I deliberately went that way, but thinking it was going to be a bit of a shortcut, but obviously not, because there was no cut through. I couldn't get over the railway line, so I had to go all the way around, and it took ages. 15 miles an hour. So this time we're doing 25 miles an hour, which is a bit better, and I'm going to go the correct way this time, or at least a way which I think will be a bit quicker, and hopefully we'll be able to get there in a bit quicker time than last time and get the combine unloaded. I don't know, like I say, what I'm going to do with the crop, so I might have to just take it to my grass field and tip it on the ground, because I can't think of anything else to do with it at the moment, or I just sell it. It depends on how bad the price is at the moment. I'll have to check that later on, but anyway, let's get to the field again and we'll continue harvesting. Right, so we're full and I need to unload, but obviously the trailer is currently filled with this triticale, so we need to check the price of that and see. Okay, not good. Yes, January is the month, of course it is, to sell that, so I'm going to have to store it. I can't really sell it at that price, it's not good enough. I need to improve it a bit more, so I'm going to have to buy a bucket at some point and load it back into the trailer off the ground. But I'm not going to tip it on the ground in this field, because obviously this is one of my arable fields. In fact, what I'm thinking is, and I'm sure you are as well, they're right next to each other, and it would be more sensible just to have one big field rather than two, well, especially this one, very tiny fields. So I think we'll just end up with one field here. Might have in the future buy this one next to us as well, so we'll have two fields again. But at the moment, yeah, there's not much point having one minute field. So we'll join them together and make one big one. Anyway, this needs to go back to what I'm hoping will become my yard, which is the grass field that I have. I don't have any mowing equipment, so there's not a lot of point keeping it as a grass field at the moment. And that's not to say I won't get another grass field in the future, but at the moment a grass field to me is not much use, since I have no animals and equipment to mow it with. So yeah, it's more valuable as a yard or storage area, I think. So we'll head over there now and tip this and then come back and unload the combine again. I'm hoping that the rest of the spelt, I think, the crop I'm harvesting at the moment, spelt, I'm hoping that will all fit in the trailer here and I won't have to tip any more on the ground, so it'll just be the triticale on the ground, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get over to the yard field and I'll clear an area, hopefully it won't cost too much, with the paintbrush and get this area, get the area prepared for tipping, and I'll tip it on the ground. Oh dear, head-on collision alert. There we go, well done. Right, yep, so I'll head over there now, get this tipped. Where am I actually going? Oh yeah, not too far away, just at the end of this road. So yep, I'll head over there now, get this tipped. Okay, so let's head to the shop again, pick up the cultivator, and we will go and make a start on cultivating my 2 fields and see if I can join them together, and we'll find out if that's possible or not with the cultivator. But if not, I will probably have to look at getting a plough. Don't know whether there's a plough in the used sale at the moment. Let's have a look. Although again, I'm driving at the moment. Oh, it's good we've got the extra used equipment installed still as well, so there's quite a good selection. In fact, there's a massive selection of stuff. I can't look at the moment, I'm driving. I'm off the road again. Oh dear. Yeah, I need to focus on the driving, but I will look when I get to the shop to see if there is a plough, but hopefully I won't need one. Hopefully I can do it with the cultivator and I won't need to get one. Not that I can afford one anyway, actually, so it's pretty irrelevant. Basically, if the cultivator doesn't work, I will have to just wait and get a plough when I can afford it. But anyway, yeah, we'll head to the shop, get that cultivator picked up and brought back to the field.
Stop playing all these games. You apologize, always say that you're sorry, but why does it feel the same? It's like nothing's changed. I used to keep my cool, but when it comes to you, I do whatever you want me to do. I used to keep my cool, but when it comes to you, I always fall head first when I'm with you. I never think before I do. I always fall head first, best believe that I'm the fool when it comes to you. I always fall head first when I'm with you. I never think before I do. I always fall head first, best believe that I'm the fool when it comes to you. Baby, I'm the fool. I used to keep my cool, but when it comes to you, I always fall head first when I'm with you. I never think before I do. I always fall head first, best believe that I'm the fool when it comes to you. I always fall head first when I'm with you. I never think before I do. No, I always fall head first, best believe that I'm the fool when it comes to you.
Well, excellent news. We can actually cultivate through the grass here with the cultivator, which is really good. It means you can make one big field out of 2. Well, I say big field, one slightly bigger field out of 2. It's still not a very big field really compared with some of the ones on this map, but it's still a bit bigger than it was, and it means we're not wasting time turning around so much at the ends of each field, and also we're making use of that bit of land there that was just a grass hedge and stuff. It's actually going to be cultivated now and grown crops on, so we'll expand our croppable area slightly a little bit, which all helps. It all helps, especially at this stage of the game. It definitely does help. So I will continue now, getting the last little bit done. Shouldn't take too much longer, and then that will actually be all the cultivating done for this year, because we only have this field now. We've got one field, 2 if you count the grass area that I've got the yard on, but yeah, mostly just one. These guidance lines are now not much use, are they, because they're going off at a bit of an awkward angle there, so I think I'll turn them off again and just follow, do it by eye. I think it's easier. So yeah, I'll get on with this, finish it off, and come back to you when we're done. So that's what it looks like from above now. It's one long field, but we do need to purchase the soil information to get the best environmental score and make sure we put the right fertiliser on and stuff, although of course I have no means of applying any lime or fertiliser at the moment, but I will still purchase the soil information so that we know. So that's promising, that's good. We've got quite a bit of loam in that one by the looks of it, so we'll purchase that. It's 350. My concern is I can't afford any seed. That is a bit of a concern. I literally have no money at all, but I do need to buy this. What's that going to cost? 175. Okay, so I've got the soil information. I'm not going to bother with this field at the moment, although I might end up either selling that field or growing a crop in it, maybe, because it's obviously not going to be suitable for building on now I've seen it. I'm not quite sure what to do with that one at the moment. There is a yard here. I don't know whether this area is viable. I can't do it from here. So that's a yard which has a sell point on it. That would be quite good to buy, but it's 52,000, so I can't afford that at the moment. What's this worth? 28. Yeah, I can't afford it at the moment, but I'm hoping we'll get some decent money soon coming in. Well, I say soon, in the next few years. Yeah, so we've got the soil information, that's good. That's something anyway. Has Daggerwin purchased his soil information? No, he hasn't. So only he knows what mine is, but I can't see his. I think I can see other people's anyway. So yeah, that's what it looks like at the moment. Let's now properly look at the used sale and see what there actually is available. Obviously most of this stuff I can't even consider, although there was a plough, but in the end I didn't need it, so that's fine. It doesn't matter anyway. But I could have afforded that. Bucket, that would be useful. Is that compatible with my front loader? I think it is. I'm assuming it is, although I don't know actually. That looks a bit like a skid steer bucket, so maybe not. What have we got? See, the problem is I've got no money at all, so most of this stuff is irrelevant because I can't afford anything. But oh no. Oh, there's some seed in the used sale. I want to buy that, but I can't take a loan, which means my only option is to sell some of my crop to buy that. But that's a good saving over the new seed. A new bag of seed like that is 1,200. So I'm going to have to sell a very small amount of crop. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I don't want to miss out on that deal. So I want to try and get this done quick. I'm not going to sell much. I'm only going to sell a little bit. But I need to sell something to get my money back. I only need 500 and something. So best price for the spelt is currently at 875. It's there. Oh, it's the train. So and that's the. Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? That's the nearest. That's the best. Let's go to the nearest one. Where is it? It's there. Oh, it's very near where I just came from, near my fields. I'm going to have to go and sell a little bit so that I can buy that. I want to get that bag of seed at a cheap price. I should have done that before I did my soil information, but never mind. Let's go and sell a tiny bit of spelt and buy that bag. Well, it was certainly worth checking that used sale because not only did I get a bag of seed for about half price, But I also somehow, I have no idea how this happened, and I've never seen that before actually, but it turns out there was a big bulk sale on fertiliser as well. So for only just over £1,000, about £1,100, £1,200 I think it was, I got, was it 7 bags of fertiliser, which is going to be very, very useful over the next few years. I don't think I'm going to use it all anytime soon. Unfortunately, this seed drill doesn't even take fertiliser, which is a real shame. But I'll have to get hold of a fertiliser spreader, a cheap one. Don't think there's one in the sale at a price I can afford as that one. But that's still £10,000. So yeah, I know there is a cheap one. Oh, there's that one. Actually, that probably would be worth getting. That's quite cheap. Because that does lime as well. It's a fertiliser and lime spreader, so that would be very useful to have. But yeah, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on these used sales, because you get some really good deals in them sometimes. Some things are not great, but other things are very good value, like the fertiliser. So I'm glad I did that. It was worth selling the crop early at a really bad price just to be able to get that fertiliser and the seed. Definitely worthwhile. So yeah, there's a lot in it. It is going to definitely help. Oh, there's a roller as well. But it's annoying because, unless I do spring cropping, I think you can do spring crops actually in this map. But yeah, unless I do spring crops, I'm not going to have a lot of money. Or I could do contracts. Like I said, there are cultivator contracts that I could do to be able to afford to buy some of this used equipment. But anyway, it is going quite dark now. I'm assuming Daggerwin will be finishing soon. We need to finish around about the same time. He's working in that field at the moment. What I'll do... Oh yeah, he's just finishing now. That's good. Yeah, so I will just leave it here, I think, actually thinking about it. Might as well continue this next time. There's no point going to the field and then not starting, so we'll do that next time. Next time we'll go and plant that field. Unless, of course, I do, like I say, I could leave it until the spring and plant a spring crop. I was going to just check the calendar just to see what we can plant now or in the spring. So canola would have to be now. Bearing in mind I can only do one crop because I only have one field now. Unless, of course, I do cultivate up my grass field. We could do oats in the spring. Soybeans, yeah, it's all the usual stuff, but there are some extra crops now, which, winter wheat and winter barley is new. Well, usually it just says wheat and barley, now it says winter wheat and barley. Does that mean you can't do spring wheat? Looks like you can't do the spring wheat. Because in Saxlingham it lets you do spring wheat and winter wheat. Although it just calls it wheat. It doesn't specify winter wheat, but yeah. It looks like most things are planted September, October. But there are quite a few things that can be planted in the spring as well. Oh no, here we go. Spring wheat and spring barley. We can do it. February, March. Okay, that's good. So I could wait until I could do a few contracts next time and then earn the money to buy a lime spreader, and spread the field with lime then, and fertiliser, so that it's... Well, no, the fertiliser would be after drilling, but if I had the spreader I could do that. Anyway, we're going to leave it there and continue next time. So I really hope you enjoyed the very first episode on this new map. It's so far so good. I think actually the map I'm very impressed with. From what I've seen so far, it's very detailed. Very, very nice looking map so far. So hope you're enjoying it. The majority of people voted for it, although it was quite close between this one and Fields of Tyrone, I think it was called. That's a Northern Irish map, I believe. So yeah, that was quite close between those two, but this one won by about 2%, I think. It was pretty tight. But yeah, I'm hoping everybody's happy with it, or most people are happy with the map, and hopefully you will enjoy the series. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.